What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. And whichever platforms you're listening to this on, I want to let you know I really do appreciate you. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being subscribed. And if you are not subscribed yet, please do go ahead and subscribe. And if you're listening to this on YouTube while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button because it's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. So let's get into this conversation/reality chat. Oh my God, girl, when I tell you that I was so disgusted when I was watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta on last evening, I almost had the urge to go ahead and record after I watched the episode. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let it simmer because I didn't want this commentary to be laced with language that I honestly, not knocking people who use it, but I honestly don't normally speak that way for the most part, unless something really, really, really makes me angry, and it's usually not in the public. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to hold off and I will wait before I record this commentary, because when I tell you I was so disgusted when I watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I was just so disgusted. Now, for those of you who have been on the Being Beautifully Honest platform for a while now, you know I don't do reality show reviews, but there are some that I do watch. And so after watching this episode, there was so much in it. I almost contemplated and I said, well, will this wind up being a review for the episode? But in all honesty, no, I may mention some things here and there that was in the episode, but the main premise of this commentary is to just talk about how fake and phony this Martell and Sheree situation is. So much so that, check this out, I didn't listen to the commentary. I am subscribed to Carlos King's YouTube channel, but it's so fake that he is even letting us know that it's fake. Because I was on my YouTube just scrolling as I was listening to some other things that I was listening to, because I don't just listen to gossip stuff and reality show crap and all that other stuff. I listen to a mixture. For me, it's a mixture of education and entertainment. This stuff for me is entertainment. It's a hobby, so I do it when I get the time. And I get it, for some people, this is their business. So, you know, that's a cool thing as well. But in my feed, this Real Housewives of Atlanta recap, Love and Marriage Hunts Lanta, is what the thumbnail says. And I said, you know what? Carlos is playing in our faces. So I'm going to wind up doing another commentary. I'm not going to do all of this in one because I don't want this to be long, because you guys know I like to try to be as brief as possible. But listen, Carlos is playing in our faces, guys. I don't have the link, but if you go to his YouTube channel, Carlos King is the name of his channel. His most recent video that he uploaded, it is titled #RHOA, Sheree and Martell Save the Day, Kenya Slays, and something else. The words were cut off. I didn't click on it to see the entire title of the video, but the thumbnail says RHOA Recap, Love and Marriage, semicolon, not even semicolon, colon, Hunts Lanta. So for me, it confirms everything. Not that I needed confirmation, because most of us agree that this relationship is bullcrap. It is a scheme that not Todd set up, because Todd could care less about Martell and Sheree, to be honest with you. But it's a scheme that Carlos set up to come at us with the bull skip. And it's just ridiculous. I get it. The Real Housewives of Atlanta's ratings have not been the best for the last several seasons. So I'm quite sure that Andy doesn't mind having a boost to his ratings. So even for the sake of possibly linking up, if not for, a big business deal, and even if not for a long period of time, he will link up with the devil that he knows, which would be Carlos King. Not saying that Andy Cohen is any better. They're all about the money. They're all about the ratings. And so they don't mind this link up and this mashup because it's going to help both franchises. Because to be quite honest, I don't believe that Love and Marriage Huntsville is doing that great. We already know that Love and Marriage Huntsville is the #1 show on the OWN network right now, but that doesn't compare to the Bravo TV network at all. And for the past several seasons, the Real Housewives of Potomac were bigger draws and viewers than the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So for Andy and Carlos, this is a big thing for them. They both are garnering views from this, even though we all know that this is a freaking fake relationship, okay? So I'm going to do a separate commentary just discussing that, but when I saw this, I said, you know what? I have to speak about this. It wasn't enough for me to just do a post on my community wall to speak to it. I wanted to discuss it because if you have been to Carlos's YouTube channel, you know that he has been doing, I would say, the most when it comes to these reality shows these days. He says he's the king of reality TV. And I think to me, it's a play on words because his last name is King. So yeah, you may be the king in terms of your last name being king of reality TV, but you're not the king of reality TV overall. You're not. You may have done a lot. You may have had a lot of experience. You may have had your hands in some things, and you may be doing it for yourself at this point in time, but you're not the king of reality TV, especially when you're doing a lot of copying. Kings don't need to copy. Let's just be clear about that. And when I saw this video, I did not watch it. And the video was almost an hour long. You're doing a recap of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but you call it RHOA recap, Love and Marriage, Huntslanta, with the emoji with the shades on. He's playing in our faces, guys. He knows that he is the one that set up that fake relationship between Sheree and Martell. Because if you've seen him going on this tour, this press tour, shall we say, with Martell, doing these different interviews, trying to make Martell look like he's something that he's not, none of us are buying it. And what type of person would try to lift up a figure like Martell, who is utter trash? I'm being nice when I say that. This man is so disgusting. I will get into that in another commentary, but when I saw this video of Carlos, where he was just pretty much letting us know, yeah, I'm the facilitator between Love and Marriage Huntsville and the Real Housewives of Atlanta intermingling and intermixing with each other, because he is the one that linked up that fake relationship between Sheree and Martell, because Sheree said that a mutual friend introduced them. Who's the mutual friend? Carlos. In my personal views and thoughts, I believe that it's Carlos that linked those two up together. And it's just so fake. I can't even believe that he didn't even wait a while. But yeah, I mean, he wanted to go ahead and get those views. So of course he's going to go ahead and do that. He probably was waiting with bated breath to go ahead and get that video out. But if you watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I will get into that in a different conversation, I'll speak about that. I just was so disgusted with it. And so I will share my thoughts in a separate commentary about it, guys. But this fake relationship is by way of the king, quote unquote, of reality TV, in my views and in my thoughts, Carlos King. Because even though Andy Cohen, I feel, is the type that doesn't mind to be the recipient of what would come from it if it turns out to be something good and positive, I don't see Andy as being someone who would facilitate stuff like this happening. And for me, Carlos seems like he would be the one. It seems like he would be the one to facilitate a fake relationship like the two of them have, coming together for the sake of the views, for the sake of getting the ratings, for the sake of the show and what he wants to see transpire, because of course he doesn't want to see this end. He doesn't want Love and Marriage Huntsville to stop. He wants it to continue to go forward and to move on. And there are a lot of people who have boycotted the show. There are a lot of people who are not into watching it anymore, just simply because of a lot of things that have been going on the show that they don't agree with. They don't like the way that Melody is being portrayed, or the way she's being seen, or the way she's been treated by the others who are on the show, and most definitely by the king of reality TV, Carlos King, as well. So a lot of people have opted out from watching it as often or as soon as it comes out. They may watch it on DVR or later, but I just definitely want to say that I am not I am not here for this. I don't know how much longer this fake relationship is going to be going on, but I absolutely am disgusted by it. Don't try to convince us that this is a real relationship, because we all know that it's not. So guys, Carlos definitely is the facilitator between this fake relationship between Sheree and Martell, and the fact that they used a lot of this for the first episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. To me, I believe that Carlos definitely played a big hand in that happening, and it's just so fake. People are watching it because they want to watch the show. It's not even about Sheree and Martell, and that's the real thing. People are not believing that this is real. So we're watching it, but in the meantime, as we are watching it, we're sickened by it, because we know that it is just a disgusting display of fake reality TV that people just really are not here for. We're tired of it, but Carlos thinks that he's playing in our faces, and we see the game. We see it. So guys, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. You can let me know your thoughts about Carlos and bringing this fake relationship together and the way that he's playing in our faces with this. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.